my channel. If you're new here, go ahead and hit subscribe so you can see every time I post a new video. You're making some DIY make it yourself bookmarks. I'm going to show you how I finish off these bookmarks to make them a little more sturdy. Let's go. We're going to start on Canva, of course. As you guys know, I love Canva. It's free. You can do a lot on it. I use the free personal version. I do not have the paid account. This is just the way I do it. So to make a bookmark, you can totally come over here to custom size, and I usually change this to inches, and you can make it whatever size you want. A bookmark can be whatever size you want. But for the sake of ease here, I'm going to show you how to make one with the templates here that Canva has made for you. They have so many templates for so many different things. It's unreal. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to search bookmark, and as you can see, it pops up as a 2 by 6 inch bookmark. So that's just what we're going to use. Again, make it whatever size you want, but we're going to stick with 2 by 6 for the sake of this. Now that we're here, as you can see, you can choose to create a blank bookmark, or you can even scroll through and look at some of their suggested bookmarks. Some of them are free to use and you can customize them or just print them as they are. Some of them are in need of a pro account to access, so just keep that in mind if you use these. Sometimes I like to start with one of these just to get me a base and work off of that. So we're going to open up a bookmark. As you can see, I opened up a blank bookmark, and I'm not sure how I managed to do all that I changed it to a different color. But what I'm going to do is first I'm going to pick a background for my bookmark. So I'm going to go over here to backgrounds, and you can search if you're looking for something specific, or you can just scroll right here like I'm doing. I really liked this one, but as you can see, it has a watermark on it, which means I need like the pro account or that it has to be paid for. So we're not going to use that. We're going to keep scrolling. Again, just pay attention when you're creating things that you're using free items. You could also save backgrounds off of Google. I just really like that Canva gives you a lot of options. I really liked this cloud sky bookmark. I don't know, something just magical about it. So I think we're going to keep that one. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to pull up Google, and I'm going to Google up some cute reading quotes just so I can find something cute to put on my bookmark. Because I'm kind of winging this as I'm making the video. I had no ideas off the top of my head what exactly I wanted this bookmark to say or look like. So I'm going to scroll through real quick until I find a quote I like. I really liked this one. We lose ourselves in books, we find ourselves there too. I thought that was super cute, so I think that's what we're going to work with. Again, you can use whatever quote, put your name, put anything you want on it. Obviously, I'm going to go over here to text, and you can use some of the little preset texts they have down here. Some of them are free to use, but I don't typically use those. I don't know why. I'm just lazy. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll all the way back up to the top, and I'm going to hit add a heading. I don't know why I always hit that one. You can add a subheading, but that's just the one I always pick. I'm going to type out my quote that I want on my bookmark, and then I'm going to pick a font for it. This usually is some trial and error where I'll just scroll through the fonts and try to pick out a font I like and try to make it look some type of aesthetically pleasing way to me. So just scroll through and find something you like. Once I found one that I liked, I decided in order to try to keep them about the same size, I was going to just duplicate it. So I'm going to click these 3 dots here, and I'm going to click on these little 2 rectangles with a plus sign, and that's going to duplicate it. So what that's going to do is it's going to make another one identical to it. That way I can keep them the same size. I ended up changing the sizes anyways, but if you intend to leave it the size it is, that's a handy thing to have, to be able to just duplicate the size and font you already have. So you don't have to start over from scratch and find the font and size it correctly. It kind of just makes it a little easier. I wanted to add another little element to my bookmark, so I'm going to go right here to elements, and I'm going to search heart because I like hearts and things girly, and I really love the little hand-drawn hearts like this. So I'm going to put this on there, and I'm going to make sure it stays black so it kind of matches my font, and I think it just gives it kind of a little bit of a fun touch, so it's not just plain words. But again, you can put whatever you want on these bookmarks. You can make them whatever you want. I'm going to adjust the words and the hearts around till I have them how I like them, and then I'm going to download my bookmark. I personally am going to download these as a PNG because I'm going to try to put multiple on one sheet, but if you're just printing the one, you could totally download it as a PDF and it would keep its size. So now I'm just going to show you real quick how I do it from uploading media. So let's say I found this background on Google and say I want a cow print bookmark. I'm just going to put it into the uploads and drag it over on top of there and stretch it out until it reaches across my whole bookmark. Next, I'm going to again type in my words, whatever I want on it. This time I'm going to put my name just for the sake of making this cute bookmark. I didn't really, like, again, have a plan. Decided to make it pink because I love pink. And you can hit this little plus here and you can kind of adjust the colors and get it to the exact shade that you're wanting. I'm going to turn it so it goes the same direction as the bookmark. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to change the font because this one is just a little bit too plain for me. One of the cool things about Canva is when you rotate things, it shows you the degree that you've rotated them, which makes it kind of handy so you know you've turned it exactly 90 degrees. So now I'm going to scroll through some fonts until I find one that I like that will look pretty on my bookmark. Once I have a font that I like, I just adjusted it so it was centered on my bookmark. Again, totally optional. And then I downloaded it. Again, I did this as a PNG, so it was a high quality image file, but you could also download it again as a PDF if you want it to keep its original sizing and if that's the only one you plan to print. I try to fit as many as I can on a piece of paper though, so that's why I save mine as PNG. That way I can take a bunch of images and cram them all on one sheet. Once those are downloaded, I'm going to show you one of the ways that you can put all these on one sheet. Go over here to custom size again because that's always an option, but I'm just going to try to find a standard piece of paper size, which is an 8.5 by 11, but I just searched letter. I don't know why I did that instead of just putting 8.5 by 11, but that's how I did it. I hit create a blank letter, so now this is perfectly sized for a regular copy print piece of paper. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over here to the uploads, and I'm going to hit upload media, and then I'm going to go and find my bookmarks, which are in my downloads where I just downloaded them. And then I'm going to highlight them all and upload them all at one time just to make it quicker. I have 5 bookmarks here. I did not create all 5 of these. One of them is one I just found on Google, and one of them is one that just came already made on Canva, but then I created the other 3. So once they're loaded into my uploads, I'm just going to drag them over one at a time onto my sheet, and I'm going to just drag one corner and size it to the size I need. Once you move that corner around, you can see a width and a height there. So I'm just going to change it so it says 2 inches by 6 inches, which as we know is the size we made our bookmarks. And then I'm going to go through and do that with all the bookmarks. I'm going to pull them all onto my sheet. I'm going to size them to 2 inches by 6 inches. And then I'm just going to do that until my sheet is full and all of my bookmarks are placed. I can fit about 5 bookmarks on a sheet, but if you work at it, you might be able to cram a little more. That's just the way I did it. You can also totally do this on Google Docs or Microsoft Word. I just did it on here just to show you a way to do it if you don't have Microsoft or Google Docs. Now I'm going to download this as a PDF print so that way it saves the sheet exactly as it is and everything stays the correct size and you don't have to worry about it printing to fit or anything crazy like that. Once you have it downloaded as a PDF, here's what it should look like. I mean, it would obviously have your bookmarks on it, not mine. But then I'm just going to print this out. I print this on just regular copy printer paper, like any old white plain regular copy printer paper, because I do add tape to it to sturdy it up, which I will show you how I do right here. Here is all of my bookmarks printed out. I'm just going to cut all of them out with some scissors. Guys, I have strep as I'm recording this, so if I sound weird or if I sound like I'm struggling to breathe, I'm kind of struggling a little bit on the struggle bus, but yeah. Once you have these cut out, you can totally just use them as they are in a book, just like a plain piece of paper. Sometimes I've used receipts as bookmarks and random scraps of paper, so you could totally do it that way. But if you want to make it a little more sturdy, this is how I like to do it. I just buy some cheap packaging tape. These are like $1.25 a roll, and this roll will last you forever if this is what you're doing with it. And I just tape it down onto my bookmark. It usually takes me about 2 strips to cover the whole bookmark because the bookmark is wider than the strip of tape. So I just kind of do half of it with one and then half of it with another strip. You really can't see the crease of the line in the middle of it where they cross over. It's really not super noticeable, so it's not a big deal that I put 2 sheets across. But if you were very particular and didn't want that line in the middle, you probably could just size your bookmarks just a little bit smaller so they perfectly fit with 1 strip of tape. I'm going to flip it over and do the same on the back again to make it sturdy. Kind of makes it like a little waterproof. I just like them a lot better this way. They're just easier for me to handle and I'm less likely to destroy them. Once I have the back covered with a strip of tape, I just use 1 strip on the back just to kind of seal it in for the most part. This is what it should look like. There'll be a lot of tape overhanging off the sides And for that, I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to trim it as close to the bookmark as I possibly can. You can leave a little gap here if you want, where you have a little white hanging off, or a little clear, I'm sorry, of the tape hanging off. But I like to trim it as much as I can off of it. So that's what I do. And it's kind of like a laminating process if you don't have a laminator. If you have a laminator, you could totally just laminate these. But I do not, so I use the packaging tape method. This is what my bookmark now looks like now that it is sealed in packaging tape. It's not perfect, there's a little wrinkles, but it's pretty good. And now it is ready to be crammed into any book to mark my place. As you can see, I'm a little weird and I realize I put that upside down, so ha 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 ha. Well, you can do this for all of your bookmarks. You don't have to seal these in packaging tape. That's totally optional. I just like it because it makes it a little more sturdy. But you do you, boo. Make it however you want to make it, on regular paper, on cardstock, with packaging tape, just whatever floats your boat. That is it. That's all you have to do, and you have these great custom personalized bookmarks. That was it. How easy was that to make your own DIY bookmarks? I'm not sponsored by Canva. I wish. Canva hit me up. I use you all the time. I'm always making videos on how to use Canva, and I'll actually leave some videos in the description below that I've used Canva in to make different projects, like my DIY Monopoly board or my Guess Who game, or just all kinds of other things that I've made using the Canva website. No, again, not sponsored, not at all affiliated with Canva. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you like these bookmarks, give it a thumbs up, because I think this year is promising, and I just have so many ideas for so many projects for you guys that I don't even know where to begin. So hit the subscribe button if you're new here, because join us, come tag along. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.